Hey, friends. Welcome to season 2 of the Slightly Off Script podcast. We are so excited to be back in the studio bringing you fresh content to encourage you in your marriage. This is Andy here. Just a quick word before we jump into today's episode. You may notice, if you've been tracking along, that we are audio only. And for the time being, that's going to be our focus. We appreciate those of you who've been watching, but we are balancing a lot of things in life right now, full-time jobs, a lot of other commitments, and we want to make sure that we're able to get these episodes to you consistently. And so by focusing on audio, I think that we can make that happen. This week, as we launch our second season of the podcast, we kind of update you on how our summer went and some of the things that God is teaching us in this season. So, without any further ado, let's get to this week's episode.
Welcome to Slightly Off Script, the marriage show where we remind you that marriage can be stupid good and wicked fun. I'm one of your hosts, Bethany Needham, here with my summer chef extraordinaire, Andy Needham. Welcome back.
Well, usually you surprise me, but seeing how I have failed to make the technology work, that's like take 12, so.
This is the most recorded episode.
Yeah.
In all of Slightly Off Script history.
I'd love to promise people that that means it's going to be much better, but this will be the best episode of season 2.
Yes.
So far.
I don't know. I feel like the last recording that we didn't record, we were on it. It was pretty good. I'm sad everyone missed it.
Yeah.
We're going to chalk it up to a date that we thought we had invited other people on, but it was just us.
Yeah. Just us talking
with
to each other.
microphones on a couch.
That's right.
So normal.
Yeah. How was your summer?
Summer's been great. I can't believe that when I looked at the calendar, first of all, when September hit, it caught me a little off guard. But I, for one, am so excited because I feel like we are entering the season where it is socially acceptable for me to pull out pumpkins. So I'm just giving you my plans for the rest of the day, y'all.
My favorite thing of the fall is not a pumpkin spice latte. It's not even a good apple cider, which I do enjoy. It is when you take a hoodie straight from the dryer and you put it on. That is one of life's greatest pleasures.
It is delightful. You're not wrong.
So you can do that at any time. Pro tip, life hack.
Yeah.
You can just take your hoodie, throw it in the dryer. Don't let it get to the cool down cycle. Just surprise it.
Just
boom, sneak right up on that dryer.
Sneak attack.
Don't let it do the cool down cycle.
Yeah.
You got to get it nice and hot.
Nice and
so almost where it's
toasty.
like uncomfortable when you first put it on, but then it's like, that is,
I feel like people should probably pause this episode just to go experience it.
I don't know how you can be an atheist and experience that.
How do you not believe in God after that? I know, yeah. Not so hot that you're believing in hell, but
No.
just a step before that.
Yeah, that's right.
I feel bad for everyone, people that listen that don't have like a washer and dryer where they live. They're like, now I got to go drive to wherever they do their laundry.
What you got to do is you buy a house.
Oh, good.
Which is very easy to do right now, especially if you're a young person. I hear just like hotcakes flying off the shelves.
This is going to be the worst episode ever.
Send your hate mail to Bethany and Needham at.
Yeah. No, thank you. Oh, no, that's been great. How about your summer?
Every summer I have a cooking quest, and it took me a while to develop what it was this summer. A couple years ago, it was the mastering the shrimp taco.
Oh, you killed
It's really
it.
great. Smash burgers, which are still a hit.
Yes.
Which this year we'd have one breakthrough with smash burgers, which is mac sauce.
I'm going to say I actually think, even though you've done great with smash burgers in the past, I actually think you leveled up this summer. And that wasn't even your goal.
Yes.
But you leveled up this summer.
Mm-hmm. I will say that a secret for recipe stuff is like using AI. Like just be like, how do you make, I forget what the Mercy was trying to figure out how to make something the other day, like make something like a restaurant or something like that. And you just, or maybe it was my sister, but yeah. So I just did like, how do you make mac sauce into Chat GPT, and it gave me a recipe, and that was pretty cool. So like Big Mac sauce.
Yeah.
Talk about. I know you know.
For people that don't frequent McDonald's.
Yeah. Well, you worked at McDonald's for a while, and you discovered that
Yes.
people put Big Mac sauce on like all other kinds of things.
Well, as you should. I don't know why it didn't occur to me. But yeah, you should dip your fries in it. You should put it on everything. Even your quarter pounder.
Yeah.
Like, I'd like a quarter pounder because I want the bigger beef patties, but I still want the mac sauce. Please and thank you.
There you go. We're just giving away pro tips of life here.
Yeah.
But we had some friends over from your workplace, which was part of what was fun this summer. And one of them was talking about, like, they saw that my outdoor kitchen, which I have the propane gas like grill for cooking steaks, and then I have the blacktop, and they're like, all you need now is a pizza oven. And that's all I needed to hear.
That's all you needed to hear.
Did you like plant that in, like, where you're like, hey guys?
I did not. And I still joke with that coworker that, like, it was just like one passing comment. And by that night, honestly, I don't even think you waited till the night. You were in research.
I'm a researcher, very much so. And my initial plan was maybe next spring, I shall build a pizza oven. I was like, I will like form bricks or import them from Italy and become a master mason. And very quickly in that quest, I realized that's going to cost a ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah, we shut that down.
Yeah, so then I like pivoted hard and I was like, let's go on Facebook Marketplace. I did a little research and I found Solo, who makes like the cool Solo outdoor like wood fire stoves. They make a propane pizza oven.
Yeah.
And they're not super cheap, but I found one on Marketplace that somebody had used 2 times because pizza ovens are a little tricky to use. And I got that thing for a steal of a deal.
Yeah.
And then the research continued.
Yeah.
And I spent a couple days on the YouTube learning. I don't even know it was a couple days, but it was definitely a number of hours researching how to.
You were all in, but it was worth it because from the very first pizza that you did, you just nailed it. It was amazing. So
there's still room for improvement, but it was great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And so here's the thing that amazed me with the Solo pizza oven is it's like 90 seconds. Like all of the prep is the time spent, like putting the sauce, doing all the things. As soon as you get a hold of it and you put it in the oven, 90 seconds so the whole thing is done.
Yeah, you have to heat up the stone. And I won't give everybody you can do your own research or send me a message and I'll give you I've been doing tutorials for people at our gym. Because what happens is people buy these pizza ovens and they don't like things like the dough has to be at room temperature or like what you use to turn it. There's a bunch of things to learn. That set me up for a little bit more success. It was a hit because when we were getting ready to have Mercy go back to college, which she just did a couple weeks ago, we said, hey, what do you want to eat on your final weekend? And she said, let's do a pizza night. So
yeah, I have been just trying to come up with different pizza ideas, like toppings for pizza. And so when like it's like peach season now, I had this dream.
What did you say?
It's peach season. I have a lisp, but it's fine.
We'll talk about that later.
But I had this dream of like a pizza with peaches and prosciutto. Is it prosciutto? Prosciutto.
Oh,
I
think so.
Prosciutto.
I said that so confidently. I'm pretty confident.
Okay, whatever it is, I was dreaming of that with like some hot honey drizzle, goat cheese, and so we made that, and it did not disappoint. But I talk about like bringing it full circle here. My dream right now is to make a Big Mac pizza.
Okay.
I want to do some like hamburger, cheese, whatever, but then that mac sauce that you learned to make, like drizzle that on top, pickles, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. I see what you're going for.
I think there's some potential here, so we need to.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have to try it and see what happens.
You have become a strong believer in the hot honey, though.
Oh my word! If you have not tried hot honey, so first of all, I'm not like a honey person. I don't put honey in my tea.
You like a hot.
Yeah, apparently. But then I get introduced to like this Dave's hot honey, and I could drizzle that thing.
Is it Dave's? I think it's Mike's.
Is it Mike's hot honey? Sorry, Mike. Dave. It's this guy made hot honey, and I would drizzle that stuff on so many things. Sweet potatoes, pizza. Honestly, now I don't eat pizza without hot honey.
Brussels sprouts we've done a few times.
Oh, Brussels sprouts. It is so good.
Yeah, I've used it on like when I smoke wings. And then like finish them off with a little hot honey at the end.
So delicious.
Pretty good.
We're just going to make people hungry with this
I'm
episode
I'm hungry right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have been recording for 4.5 hours. So
Not unlocking that door until we get an episode done. Just
I'm
kidding.
not allowed to leave this spot. I'm like peeing in a bottle
There's a
over here.
seatbelt on. Oh man. So what were some other highlights for you this summer? I should just call out one that you are now a competitive champion power lifter.
Every time you say it, it's more and more just
I've said it many times today.
oversold. Oversold. Yeah, I competed in my first ever power lift competition, meet, whatever you want to call it. I do feel the need to clarify because I have had this come up a number of times in conversation, and now I just like to get ahead of it because some people hear powerlifting and they think that I'm talking about bodybuilding, which involves like spray tan and tiny, really sparkly bikinis. That is not what I'm talking about. You're welcome, world. Powerlifting is a lifting competition built around squatting, bench press, and deadlift. So,
What's your strongest of those three?
oh gosh, I don't know. They're different lifts.
What's your favorite?
So typically, my favorite is deadlifting.
Okay.
But I've really been enjoying benching recently. I mean, I have a long ways to go. This is a very new thing for me.
Yeah, the Olympics.
Yeah, the Olympics. Yeah, geriatric Olympics. Here I come.
Los Angeles 2028. Let's go.
Yeah, so the competition was incredible. I loved it even more than I thought I would. And I'm already signed up for my next meet is in October.
It's a great example of a place that I never thought I would be. It was like hanging out in this like gym with all these people. It was a great spirit, a lot of camaraderie. It's actually really cool. Like, vibe and stuff like that. But then you did great. You did all your lifts. You actually executed every single one and passed because there's judges that make sure that you like squat low enough or hold the bar long enough. And you did all of them. So like you went 9 for 9, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And you're like, sweet, good day. Let's go to lunch. And so we went out to lunch, and then your coach texted you that you won.
I won my weight class. And I was like, what? So that was kind of fun. That was was not expecting that. It wasn't like a big PR day for me by any means because I had some health stuff earlier in the week. So the goal for me was to not injure myself but to experience because I had trained so hard to get there. Like I didn't want to not compete.
Now you won a not small trophy. It is a massive plate that has like skulls and crossbones. And now it is sitting in your office at where you work, Capital Recovery. And her office is Bethany's design aesthetic. It's got floral wallpaper. It's got like cool lighting and like books stacked up. And then in the corner, lit up, is this massive steel trophy that weighs like 100 pounds.
It does not weigh 100 pounds. It's pretty, I love it because it's such a fun conversation piece with clients because it does not fit the aesthetic. I definitely can't say that word.
The what?
The aesthetic. Gosh. All right, let's jump to that.
Speaking of aesthetic, you're working on your dental aesthetic.
Working on my teeth aesthetics.
Yeah. And so when was this that you started this journey with Invisalign? Not yet a sponsor, but you can be. Just write us and we will.
Yes, please pay for these. Yeah, it's been like 6 weeks now, I think. And it's been quite the journey. I have a lisp now, which is not as bad as when I first got them, but it exists. And it's very humbling for sure. But typically, I mean, I feel like it's definitely a me thing too. I was so excited about like the outcome of this, like, yay, can fix like the crowding and whatever with my teeth, and didn't really think through like,
oh, that's not going to be pain-free.
Yeah, it's going to hurt and it's going to be a long process. And so we're in it. We're committed.
Yeah. If it all goes well, it would be like what, 2 years, 18 months?
They said like a year to year and a half.
Okay.
Depending on how well my teeth move. And so we'll see. Someone asked me the other day, they're like, oh, have you noticed at all? And I was like, I guess I haven't really paid attention. But then I was telling you, I did like see a photo popped up or something from before. And I was like, oh, actually, that's funny. Now is the first time that I noticed like, okay, the teeth are starting to move.
Yeah. That's kind of the fun part of this season. And we're grateful that we are able to do this. But like, we got our kids' braces. So it's kind of cool that you get to do that that now. But yeah, thinking about our summer, let's think about our marriage values. So community as one of our values, authenticity, mission, and play. We've had all those things this summer, community and play in particular. We talked that this is kind of a summer as a time to play. And we did that. We took our vacation, was at this little cute little A-frame on a lake in Maine. And that was amazing. And we had, I mean, it was a pretty big group. We had our 2 kids, their boyfriend and girlfriend, and then even
The dog.
the dog came. Yeah.
From Fenway. Yay.
Our 11-year-old golden doodle. God bless her.
Yeah, that was the most activity that old lady has had in a long time. She was whipped.
Yep.
That was really fun. Honestly, figuring out what to do with young adult kids was one of our challenges going into thinking about vacations and things like this. And so, yeah, renting the little cottage and having all of us there, and each like couple had their own vehicle too, which was kind of, it's good because like
Yeah.
you all love each other, but it's also good to have the freedom to like, you know, people can go and do different things. So I was like going to the gym in the morning with Mercy and Ryan, or like just stuff like that was really fun. So
There's a lot of highlights to that week. I mean, we had a blast, and the weather was hot, so which was challenging at times. But one of the last mornings, you got up, and it was like a edit that.
What was it?
It was socked in with fog.
It was fogged in with sog. Is that what you're gonna say?
I don't.
Let the record show Andy said that word first.
FOCKED. I want to be very clear.
This is my favorite moment.
You're welcome. Well, speaking of favorite moments, on our trip,
Yes.
when it was socked in with fog,
Okay, sorry. I'm here.
you woke up early one morning
Yes.
and you saw something swimming across the lake. It was like a silhouette, and
Yeah.
you saw that I was getting up, and you called me over. And what did you see?
Yeah. Well, I couldn't tell what I was looking at because with all of the fog, it honestly kind of looked like a goose swimming backwards at one point, but it also like there was a weird noise coming from it. And I, for the life of me, was like, what is that? And it was swimming closer and closer to us. And then I called you over and you're looking at it, and all of a sudden you're like, is that a moose? And it's one of those things where as soon as you said it,
Boom.
you realize what you're looking at. You're like, oh my goodness. It was this huge moose. And of course, it's just its massive head out of the water. And the noise was it like huffing and puffing as it's swimming. And we stood out there and just watched it swim right in front of the dock, like right across. It was crazy. If there was like a main bingo card, I would have won in that moment. I'm like, bingo.
Yeah, it was pretty special. That was a cool high. And I think it was cool because like people, I've asked us like, oh, did you get a video of it? And like, and on one hand, I'm like, oh, we forgot. But then I'm also like, we just got to soak it in. We just got to have that moment. Like, that
Plus, it was so socked in with fog that you wouldn't have really seen.
wouldn't look very good. That's gonna be a fun one to figure out whether to leave in or not.
Oh, it's staying.
Okay. Is that when you are doing the editing that's
Yes,
happening? Okay.
yes.
Oh wow, new season, new roles.
Stay tuned. It's going to get real spicy.
So summer New England is only like 8-9 weeks of like beautiful weather. So we did a lot of like day trips, but we stayed a lot at home and enjoyed catching sun, floating in the pool, that kind of stuff. But we did, at the beginning of August, we had like back-to-back weekends of like hanging out with those city folk and
Running with the young kids.
yeah, with the youngins,
Yeah. We went and saw Nate Bargatze.
which is your absolute favorite.
Oh, yeah, man. If you don't already listen to him or watch him, whatever, he's
Where are you in America right now?
for real. He's not just a funny comedian, but the fact that he is funny without being vulgar I just think is such a skill set to have. Like, he's funny, he's clean, and then just because of the nature of what he does, when he does shows, his openers are the same. Like, it's family friendly, but it's genuinely like hilarious.
It's cool for us because we can kind of be those like, oh, we knew him back when, which we didn't know him, but we have followed his career back when he was playing like much smaller venues. And now he's selling out arenas. And so, and we get to hang out with our great friends, the Casa Grandes, Get to go have some food in the north end of Boston.
That was wicked fun. That was a whole experience because
it's like dinner, theater, and food at the same time.
Yeah, we go to this tiny little like hole in the wall Italian restaurant, which is basically the north end of Boston, but whatever. And we get there, we sit down, and the guy comes over and like very Italian, but he's like, "All right, what are you guys thinking?" And so we tell him, we had been like looking at the menu. We're like, we think we're going to, nah, you're not going to do that. He's like, you're going to do this, and then you're going to get that. And then he's like grabbing the menus from us as he's saying this. And he's just like, that's just how it went. He told us what we were eating. And
I love that the table was the size of a postage stamp, and they kept bringing out all these massive platters.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know, like we're all eating like, it was quite an experience. It was amazing. The food was great.
I would go back in a heartbeat, but it was hilarious because at the end, I'm like, wait, we might as well have just asked him, just bring us whatever you're going to bring us, because I don't know why I'm looking at this menu.
You're going to eat what I told you.
He literally was like, no, you're not getting it. This is what you're getting.
Yeah, it was super fun. We walked around for a while. We had great weather that weekend. And then the immediate next weekend, we had, for Christmas, I gave you 6 tickets to go see
Ben Rector.
Yes. And you'd invited my best friends, so thank you.
Well, because I like their wives.
Yeah, they're amazing.
So, I mean, I like them too. Sorry, Chris and Dan, you're great.
The Sony's and Lyle's, and we got to, that was kind of fun because we went a different direction with food for that one.
We went fancy dinner, and that was fun.
You lived your dream.
I lived my dream because we, at different times, we've watched 3 seasons of, what is it?
Well, there's
Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, there's
right.
Yeah, there's a couple different Gordon Ramsay shows that we like, but that's one of them. Yep.
And so Ramsay's Kitchen in Boston was where we went, and I've always wanted to try the beef Wellington because on the show that's like a big thing. And so I got to go have beef Wellington at Ramsay's Kitchen. It was you felt like it was not as great as you had hoped. I thought it was really good, but
I mean, you're partially paying for the brand, but we've had opportunities here and there in New York City and other places to have like really high-end food.
Yeah.
And this had high-end food prices. I felt like it wasn't bad. Don't get me wrong. It just didn't live up to the full hype for me. So
did you hear that, Ramsey? Andy at Andy Needham. No, so that was great. And then we went to the concert, which was standing room.
Yeah.
I was a little nervous about that because I'm like,
it's funny because like all of us in this group are like between late 30s and early 40s. And, the difference between the floor tickets, to be honest, and the seated tickets were like 3 times the price. So we could have gone just the 2 of us for the seats, but we want to do this as, community, one of our values.
Yep.
And everybody was kind of complaining a little bit about the standing part of this, but
I don't want to say complaining. We were voicing our concerns about whether maybe we might be overestimating our abilities to stand on our feet for 2.5 hours.
I think we did great, except when the concert ended and then we all tried to walk. We're all like, oh, now I feel it.
Yeah. I was surprised I actually was not sore at all during the concert. But walking back to the hotel afterwards.
We saw our friends, the Whites. They ended up hanging out with us at the concert, and it was great.
Well, because like Ben Rector in New England is like the one secular concert you can go to that you're going to run into the most church people.
I think Allie, our friend, she's like, this is the concert that Christians go to when they don't want to go to a Christian concert.
Yeah, honestly, because I saw quite a few people that I'm like, this is the one.
Yeah,
so it was fun.
That was so good. Good times. We had a good summer.
It was a good summer. We didn't do any record. Well, we did like a.
Well, so we recorded 2 episodes. We released 1. The car noise thing and my ability to edit that so that it's actually the second episode was great content, but the road noise, it would not have been enjoyable for people to listen to. So I was like, I'm not going to punish our listeners with that. So
yeah. But I'm glad we took a break. I think it was a good rest. We had plenty of time to just hang out, to relax, to slow down a little. We're heading into fall now, and the kids are back at school. We're back to empty nest, which is it's nice. I mean, we did get to see Mercy for a second last night. We actually went to her campus and saw her. But
it's a big difference. But I think the only other thing, I mean, we got to do some cool different ministry things here and there. Last weekend we were back at Camp Monadnock, which is where we met each other, and there's a lot to that. But one of my favorite kind of, again, this is life being married to Bethany, but at your workplace. So you've talked about this before, but you work at a day program for drug and alcohol recovery, which is very intense and has a lot of layers to it. But on Fridays, they have an talent. What do they call it? Talent show, open mic.
Yeah, it's like expressive arts, but it's a talent show.
And you've told me that there's quite some expressions that happen at this
yeah.
gathering.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's variety. It's like a variety show.
So you've been there now. It's coming up. It'll be a year this fall, which is wild. But you've built a lot of relationships with your coworkers. We've been honored to have a lot of them come visit us at our house and become friends with them.
I literally work on the dream team. People say
they're
that
awesome.
I'm out there, but like actually.
Well, and these people are, it's not easy work, but it's also like very important work, which is really cool.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
but you were like, you know what? I tell people all the time that I work with that we travel and do music. So you texted me or called me on one of the Fridays. And typically Fridays, I don't tend to travel as much because it's often pastor's days off. So it's often like an admin day for me. So you texted me on a Friday and you're like, hey, why don't you grab your guitar? I don't know if you asked me. I always wonder, like, you're asking or telling, but why don't you come on up and we'll do
You're
some
being
songs.
voluntold.
Yeah, which, 22 years later, I'm used to that. So I grabbed my guitar and I went up there, and I appreciated, like, you told me this, but you're like, hey, look, in this audience, they value authenticity, which is one of our marriage values. You kind of talked about how, like, I think we're just going to be, you kind of gave me some peace. This is your world, not mine. That we just be who we are.
Yeah. So my coworker that runs that, she is aware that we do music at churches and things, and she herself is a very accomplished musician. Well, accomplished in so many things, but she has kind of joked, but not jokingly, been like, "You guys need to come and do music for this."
Yeah.
And I've laughed it off for the most part because I'm like, we literally sing for church, like we're not performance kind of whatever. And it was actually her birthday that week, and that's what sort of triggered the thought. Is I'm like, you know what? I knew that you weren't traveling that day. I was like, what are the chances? And so she was very excited that we were coming. But there was a part of me that's like, you feel a little bit, honestly, like this pressure to, well, now it's built up for her. The clients, not so much, but for her, I'm like, it's going to be built up so much. And I don't think of myself as like a musician in terms of someone that's going to show up at it. But I'm like, you know what? We just need to be who we are. And that's, we're going to do this. And so I had no idea how it was going to go because, you know.
I thought you introed it well. You just kind of got everybody's attention. Again, this can be a rowdy room, and it's often like there's, somebody's quote unquote performing, but there's also like many sidebar. It's chaotic often.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, part of the beauty of it. But you kind of got everybody's attention, which you're a boss lady there anyway, so that they did pay attention to you. And you're like, look, this is who we are. Like, we're Jesus followers. We're gonna take you to church today.
Yeah.
And then we sang 2 songs. We did "Goodness of God" and "Gratitude," and it was a powerful moment. Like, it was like, even for me, that's, again, this is not my world. Like, I don't know. It was like the kingdom inbreaking. Yeah, it was really awesome.
It felt like you could hear a pin drop. Like, it just got very quiet, and like there were there were a lot of tears in like a beautiful kind of way. And so it was neat. It's funny because it honestly, I didn't know necessarily what. I just felt like, hey, here's an opportunity. Let's just do this thing. And so, yeah, it was really, really special.
Yeah, I feel like God used it in a lot of ways. I mean, in my life, for sure. This is, when you're willing to show up into something that's uncomfortable, I think that's how God often works, is like he impacts you and impacts other people and open up a lot of great conversations. It's just, hey, let us know. Maybe we'll come check out your church sometime. And it's been really kind of neat thing. But my favorite moment afterwards, which I share this story all the time, but is that this younger guy came up. He's about the same age as our son. And he comes up and he's got that, like college age kid kind of swagger to him. He's like, yeah, like, I'm not very like religious. Like, I don't like do like organized religion very much, but like outdoors is like my church. And he's like, but I just got to say.
How are you going to say this? Bring it back. Call back. Yes.
You guys are the bleeping best church musicians that I have ever heard. What was beautiful about that was I got a good kick out of that. I told him right away, I was like, I'm going to put that on my website. And you, because this is the world you would live in, you didn't even realize that happened. Like it kind of went whoop right over your head. So
Well, yeah,
it's,
like in terms of hearing
the line,
swears. Yeah.
So
But yeah, no, it was pretty cool. Pretty
yeah,
cool opportunity. And props to you for stepping into what was, I'm sure, a very uncomfortable environment.
that's the only way you grow. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you
Whether
did it.
it's Invisalign or if it's Bethany inviting you to come show up the open mic at recovery center. So I think in the coming weeks, we're going to try to get episodes out the door. I mean, life is kind of crazy in some ways for us right now, but I enjoy doing this. And so I think some of the things we'd love to talk about, we'd love to know what listeners are interested in us covering. I think talk about new rhythms in a new season, talk about the challenges of different life stages. We have friends that are, in the heat of it with, teenage kids with busy schedules and stuff like that. We can talk through some of maybe the mistakes we've made or things that we've learned in that journey. Is there anything else that you're hoping to talk about this year?
I would love to hear from listeners just where they're at, because I think right now I'm very like in the moment. I'm hearing a lot from friends like this is just the chaos of the fall season with things launching in fall sports. And, when your family and life is pulling you in a million directions, how do you stay connected in your marriage and, working together, especially when you feel like ship's passing, which is even for us is not having little kids in the house. Even just your job pressures can create that. So
Yeah, and that's been an adjustment for us in this season of we're invested in very different kinds of work and trying to find ways to do things together. So yeah, I'm excited about it. Thank you for saying yes to doing this and being patient with my technical difficulties.
saying yes 8 times.
You always have my yes. Let me test that.
It's fine. I mean, I just assumed God didn't want them to hear it the first few times, so we must have said something we shouldn't have.
Yeah, check out on our socials. We are traveling a fair amount this fall. You actually have a couple of speaking opportunities coming up for yourself. We're doing a few things together. I'm running the 521 conference at the beginning of October, which I'm really excited about, and it's going to be
powerlifting in Natick, Massachusetts.
Yeah, that's right. If you want to
in
come
October.
to that, probably more exciting. But yeah, thanks for jumping back in the journey, and please feel free to share the podcast with others. That's how this grows, and we're thankful.
Awesome.
I think that's all we got.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.